guys, welcome to this video. Today we are going to look at the case of the Director of Public Prosecution, ex parte Kebilene and others. This case I think took place in 1997. So without further ado, let's dive in. This case highlighted the importance of validity of legitimate expectation, and really it also highlighted when legitimate expectations can stand. So it was noted in this case that a statement that gives rise to legitimate expectation must be clear and unambiguous, and it must be reasonable for the claimant to rely on it. In this case, we had 3 suspected terrorists who were arrested without being given the benefit of presumed innocence that is under the law. So this presumption of evidence is also ensured by the European Human Rights Declaration. So this directly conflicted with the local laws, which did not allow for such a presumption to happen. So let us proceed and look at bigger details of the case. In 1997, officers of the anti-terrorist squad arrested Mr. Kebilene, Mr. Bokuch and Mr. Saudi on allegations of being members of the armed Islamic group involved in sending equipment to Algeria for use in civil war. The defendants applied for leave to move for judicial review of the Director of Public Prosecution's decisions to proceed with the prosecution. The Divisional Court granted a declaration that the Director of Public Prosecution's decision to prosecute was unlawful. The Lord Chief Justice found that Section 16A of the Prevention of Terrorism Act of 1989 undermined the presumption of innocence. So the issues in this case are: 1. Whether the director's decision to prosecute was lawful. 2nd, whether Section 16A of the Act of 1989 is compatible with the presumption of innocence guaranteed by Article 6.2 of the European Convention on Human Rights. So the decision that was made is the appeals were allowed, and the applications for judicial review were dismissed. Here is the reasoning of the court. The Divisional Court held that Section 16A of the Act of 1989 violated the presumption of innocence and was repugnant to Article 6.2 of the Convention. The Lord Chief Justice found that Section 16A undermined the presumption of innocence in a blatant way. The incorporation of European Convention on Human Rights into domestic law subjected the legal system to review and potential reform by the judiciary. The trial judge's ruling on Section 16A's compatibility with the presumption of innocence could be raised on appeal if the respondents were convicted. The prosecution must prove the charges beyond reasonable doubt, and the statutory presumption placed on evidential burden on the accused, not breaching the presumption of innocence. The defendant's guilt or innocence had to be determined in accordance with Section 16A, and any decision on the matter should be made at a later stage, not through judicial review of the director's conduct. So the conclusion was the House of Lords allowed the appeals, holding that the applications for judicial review were not the appropriate means to decide on the compatibility of Section 16A with the presumption of innocence law. The trial court should address the issue, if necessary, during the trial proceedings. Thank you for watching this video. Like, share.